We're down here in downtown Clermont today, and I'm here with Jenny May. She runs a Facebook group called What's New Clermont, and it really struck me as interesting, and I gravitate towards it a lot because it's like pulling back the curtains on what's going on that normal residents don't really have access to. So she provides us information on big projects, what the future of Clermont is shaping out to be, and kind of gives us some insight and encourages us to get involved. So I want to talk a little bit about you, but let's learn a little about you first.
Perfect. Jenny May, mom, and mom of two, and I brought myself to Clermont because of the beauty of it. It was just kind of a mistake. My cousin, I told my cousin I wanted to move out of Miami, and he says, "Well, why don't you try Minneola?" And I said, "Okay, let me look at Minneola." But then all of a sudden, he's like, "Well, let's go do lunch." And I said, "Okay, let's go." And he brought me to this amazing downtown. Yeah. And I was like, "Are you kidding me? This is in Central Florida?"
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm hooked. And so instead of looking for a house in Minneola, I ended up in Clermont. And so it's 3.5 years later.
Fantastic. So I'm glad you found us from the hustle and bustle of Miami to Clermont. And Clermont's absolutely growing, and that's kind of why I want to talk to you about, because you sit on the Planning and Zoning Commission, right? So normal people don't have access to that information. I've even tried to look up what's coming, and there's lots of Facebook groups that say, what are they building at the corner of 27 and this? And nobody knows, and everyone chimes in these ridiculous comments. But I really want to know. I'm actually interested in what's coming and getting involved. We want to encourage people to get involved in coming to the city council meetings and reshaping what Clermont is going to be. So if you're going to be a resident here, you have the opportunity to set the tone for the future. Let's touch on a few things, and I'm going to cheat. I wrote down some notes. The biggest thing that I talk about is Wellness Way and the Olympus project. That's just an enormous project, and it's in its infancy still. The home builders are there. They own the land. They're building homes. So what's shaping around it is going to affect everybody in Clermont because it's such an enormous project. Population-wise, it's going to probably close to double, right?
There's about 15,000 more homes.
So you figure, what do you do? 35, 40,000? Do you do 2.5 people per house, or how does that work?
Probably.
Okay, so you're at close to 40,000 people, and I don't know what the population is now. Probably in the low 50s. I'm thinking Clermont.
And Clermont we're right at the 50.
Okay. So yeah, we're not quite doubling the size, but that's an enormous impact, not to mention everything else going on in the area. So,
and it's funny because every time they bring it up at the city council or at the zoning, at the zoning meetings, they always say wellness is like their own city.
Yeah,
I mean, really,
that's the way I look at it too.
It's interesting. But yeah, there's exciting stuff coming to Wellness Way. I mean, a lot of people were attracted to Wellness Way because of the name wellness. I mean, it's supposed to bring, of course, the big Olympus as kind of the town center stuff for wellness, but it's also bringing in the trails, making it more walkable. And also, there's going to be a lot of commercial coming. And it doesn't seem like it is, but it is being planned. So there has been a couple of, projects that have come in front of us. Are they the right ones yet? We kind of are looking at it. We want to make sure that Wellness Way is truly what it's supposed to be, which is, kind of attracts the wellness. So, maybe some yoga, some more yoga stores, or, even anything that deals with wellness, smoothie shops, just a place where people can it's a walkable city. So a place where people can walk, kind of take their babies down but it's coming. There's going to be tons of signage coming around to the property. Talking to the owner of Olympus, I know they have started building. So I know that there's some apartments that have come up, and I know they're planning some hotels now. In regards to the town center, that's still in the works. And I know he's already talking to a couple of commercial developers in regards to that, but it is still a work in progress.
Okay. So yeah, I saw the apartments are going vertical. I haven't seen anything else because Olympus right now, the land kind of is above grade of the roads. So it's kind of hard to see what's going on, and they got cameras everywhere. So I sneak in on Sundays every once in a while and kind of peek around. But ultimately, do you have an idea when the Olympus portion of that might start going vertical? We might see some actual dirt moving and things going on, because I know the funding's there, right?
Yeah, the funding's there. I mean, everything has to start with roads. So you've already seen the grading, and you've already seen some roads coming in, but those have to, of course, has to come in first.
Okay.
but they are working with the city. The city now hired the American Bicycle Association, which I believe is now have met with the owners of Olympus to kind of improve kind of the trails, and also talk to them maybe with a possible sports facility there.
Okay,
So,
great. So then that leads us to, okay, Olympus is there, it's coming, the home builders are there, they own the land. The exciting part for a lot of people that live in Clermont is the connection to Orange County and Disney, the backdoor kind of way. So we've got a couple different toll roads coming in. Those are already, approved and in the works. We're waiting for Orange County and Lake County to work together on that and finish that. Probably a couple years away before it's ultimately finished. What do you see from a planning standpoint of what is that going to do for our city? Is it going to benefit Clermont, or is it just an ease for us, like a convenience, or is it really going to change the game, the way people?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's twofold. I think it's going to create that ease of traffic, from the 429 to the 27th, because now the only way now on this side is Schofield,
right?
And that's pretty backed up, and it's a two-lane road.
Yeah.
And it's, it's an interesting.
Mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a bad word. But that not only is it for the ease, but for the easiness, and it's cool because you're putting that electrical. I heard it's going to be electrifying.
Yeah, the 516 is going to have an electrical component, so it'll charge your electric vehicle while you're traveling on it. It's the first one in the country. So again, I don't know how you can charge a car while you're driving that fast, and how long do you need to be on the road? Like, is it really worth it? So yeah, it's I don't want to say it's a gimmick, because that's an expensive gimmick at our tax dollar expense, but it's really cool that we're the first one in the country. When I don't see Clermont as super eco-friendly, there's other places in the country that's their main focus, but I'm glad we're on the forefront of that. So it's exciting to know that it's coming. We'll see if anyone really pays attention to that, if that's just an afterthought or it's just a road to get me where I'm going.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think some of the planning behind it as well was an economic driver as well, allowing more of the trucks to come in. I think they were looking more of a commercial corridor as well, industrial side logistically. Just easier to get the trucks off and on. So there's some logistics being planned there. So I think on the economic driver side, maybe, coming up, I would say, probably that's more of a 5, maybe 10 year. Just kind of the industrial corporate. And then, that'll bring jobs and more bodies to Wellness Way.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of jobs, do you have an idea of the impact of whether it's just Wellness Way or other infrastructure projects that the city or county has going on for our area? Impact of employment or jobs, permanent jobs, temporary kind of impact?
I mean, that's something that's going to be happening. I mean, the great news is they just hired a director of economic development specifically for the city. So we're not relying on Lake County. We now have, his name is Nathan Morris, and he was brought on not only as, just to kind of see what's in the future, but also to work with our new planning, consulting firm, which is DPZ. They were brought in to revise our comprehensive plan. Our comprehensive plan is, has been put to the test. And for a city like Clermont that's growing, we definitely need a revised plan. But not only a revised plan, we have to kind of look at a vision.
So I know the master plan really kind of started with downtown Clermont, the waterfront area. What's the next big project that you anticipate?
There's different folds. I mean, I know everybody's been talking about the park. That's in their plans. I know that they were supposed to be talking about it at the city council, but actually the planners have just arrived today and are starting to work today.
Good.
But they have looked at different locations within the city of, our downtown, because our downtown has become so popular. Not like Winter Gardens, we're totally a different city. We want to kind of separate. We have our own brand, and that's what they're going to look at too. We're going to try to how do we brand ourselves? How do we market ourselves? We are a waterfront. That's the uniqueness of our downtown. But because of all the events that are coming, because Main Street, I mean, they're doing a great job. Bringing all the farmers markets and all, the pond and the food trucks and all the parades. We're getting a lot of traffic here, but do we have enough parking? And so they're going to be. That's one of their.
And that's something Winter Garden thought of. That's been there. They've had one for several years.
Yeah, they had it several years, but they also had a planner in place, and so we're going to be doing this.
So that's good news, because again, you know, when I think about coming down to the farmer's market on Sunday, I'm like, oh, I really want to deal with it. Or some, you know, last week it was raining, so we couldn't come. But it's nice to know that it's being addressed. It's recognized and it's being addressed. So by the time you guys get here and buy something here and settle in, hopefully we'll have, you know, more concrete things in action rather than just planning. So, you know, we were just in Minneola, and Minneola is not anti-growth, but it's more about rooftops than car dealerships and big box stores and the retail and industrial space. In Clermont, I don't think we embrace it, but we have land for it, and I think the zoning kind of lends itself to that because of the thoroughfares, the access to the Turnpike and Highway 50 that goes state to state or coast to coast.
I mean, the reason why I created What's New Clermont was to hear what people are saying.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people have a voice, and I've been out there, and I know you do too. Yeah. And we walk the streets and it's like, you know, what's coming, or why do we have this, or why do we have that, and why do we have so many of these, and why do we have so many of those? You know, so it's like, okay, so you know what? I wanted to start something and say, okay, if I hear something new, especially since I'm on the commission, I'm going to put it out there. And better yet, I want to hear the comments. I want to hear what people are saying. And if people are saying some incredible ideas of what they want for our city, I usually bring it to the city council.
Good.
I use, you know, and by the way, city council and the commissions, they're reading my page. So which is great because, you know, there's ways for people to communicate. Some people can't go to the council meetings and some people can't go to the commission, but let me tell you, they're actually reading.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because sometimes people have been around a while or in positions of even limited power of a city council person. They tend to, you know, it's all about, just like, I don't want to get into politics, but everyone says, for the American people, for the city residents, and then they make their own decision that goes against kind of the herd mentality of this. We have too many car washes, we have too many dentist offices, we have too many mattress stores, and that's the big joke around Clermont is dentist offices and mattress stores, and now Chipotle's.
It is. It's like we have 80. Somebody mentioned, I counted, we have 81 dental offices, and you're like, rip.
Yeah. So we want more things that we want and need and would enrich our lives rather than something that we already have a lot of choices of. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you were city manager for a day, we had a magic wand and poof, Jenny May is a city manager for a day. What's the one big glaring thing that you would try and fix or create or plan for?
Wow, those are big shoes. And I know the city manager, and so far he's doing a great job.
Good.
But being on the planning and zoning and seeing how the building staff are overwhelmed with so many applications, it would be great to have a center where you can streamline permits, specifically for small businesses.
Okay.
I think that, the time frame of getting permits approved, or even local developers, smaller developers, not like these bigger developers, if there's a way to streamline it, making the process easier.
Yeah.
Having, building engineers and architects already in a place where they can it's a one-stop shop. Here's my plans, and it just gets, checked away. I think that would make it easier for some of these small businesses, and especially on impact fees too.
Of course, yeah. When I first moved here, I came to Clermont in 2004, and I'm not some visionary, but I wanted to build a restaurant here way back then because there wasn't anything here. I bought a home here, and with the future of Sean McCormick Enterprises was going to be to build a restaurant, and the process back then was I couldn't get anyone on the phone. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And Clermont, I mean, we're talking over 20 years ago, so now we've grown up. We've got a bigger city department. Yeah, I'm with the struggle of the people of understanding the process, all the red tape that's typically involved. So I appreciate someone that wants to make that easier at any.
And I think that might be in the works. I know that our economic development director spoke to me about that, so I was kind of like, yay, he's thinking in the same boat, so that'll be great.
Okay, so I really super appreciate you coming, sitting down with me, and hopefully we can meet again in a couple months and kind of have some new news and update the folks that are considering Clermont. So why don't you tell the viewers of your Facebook group page and how they can connect to it.
Okay, perfect. It's What's New Clermont, and it's everything that is new development that's coming to Clermont, and also on new businesses. And you can get more information on this QR code here.
Fantastic. All the magic wand is working,
there.
right? So I really appreciate this again, Jenny May.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, my channel's called On the House. We give a little shout out to my viewers. And as always, this information was brought to you on the house.